What's going on, guys? Already? Just wanted to look real quick, guys, for a minute. Sort of the theme right now we're watching, and a little key to this, these moves like this, is when you begin making new lows for the day. If you'll go back, um, let's look at this daily for a second again. I've been telling you guys on these lives for a few days. I'll just, I mean, I just have a few minutes, guys. Sorry. See the comments. So just a quick one, guys. I don't have but a few minutes. I've been telling y'all for a few days to keep an eye on this RSI. I don't know why it takes my line off on the RSI. It's weird, but I was telling you how this got overheated on the daily, and the daily is, I mean, it's kind of going to set your trend. You know, you got to go back pretty far into July when we got further overbought, but we hit right at the overbought level a few days ago, and I told you guys, you know, there was one peg, two pegs on it. Really, it started making its way down. I don't know. I don't know how far it's. I mean, nobody knows how far it's going to go, but I can make a good assumption. Um, I told you this morning, 6:04. What's up, Victor? What's up, Max? How we doing, boys? I was just telling you, you know, the play I had, I only really had one play today. Um, and it was to break 6:04. Once we began breaking 6:04, you got to fake out right here. If we go to a higher time frame, let's go to a higher time frame and check this MACD out, because I like the MACD. It started painting a picture of direction, especially right right here. We were pointing down, but we were also crossing the zero line of the MACD. Even more confirmation to the downside. And then I told you, you know, the break of 6:04 for puts. I caught it. I caught a little bit of this move because we did try to come back to VWAP in my little trend line. Couldn't make it. Come back under the 9. So right here was a 6:04.30 was a great entry, but under 6:04, you got one little back test of the 9, and then it flushed on down. So this was a 2-point move. This was a whole 2-point move. So why 6:04? Anybody want to take a stab at that? Really, you could call it. I had 6:04.30, but I called the level 6:04 on my call out for breaking of 6:04. Let's go back and look at look at yesterday's lows. We were making new lows. Really, the first part of the morning, it was trying to scalp this day trade. This was a little. It was a weird pattern, a little choppy. It was tough. We just come back up and back tested this structure right here from the day before. That's what we did. I had 605.50 for it. So the safest entry, our market structure for the morning was here, and that's another reason I had 604.30. That's why. Because it was the bottom morning market structure. Remember, first three candles, top and the bottom. Now, we didn't get a break of that really all day. So this was a patience game, man, to get this play. Almost 2 o'clock. It's insane. So you was patient and got it, or you didn't. And sometimes you can't sit with it all stinking day long, and I get it. So right there was right here was the back test, because I flipped to the 5 a lot just to see how it's moving. And the 15 MACD was pointing straight down. It was on. I got out too early. I got in 2 times. I couldn't play much today live because I had so much at work to do. But if you played this level, it paid. 604.30. If you made your morning market structure like I've been teaching, this was it. 604.30. When you started breaking it, it was game on. You got one back test that could have shook you out, but when you made a new low, you could have got back in. And it was a flush from there. So we made new lows. See, when we started breaking the previous day lows, it's a good sign. So let's look. Let's do 15 minutes. I just want you to look at something. This consolidation started up here. And what is this? Tuesday. Monday. Okay, when Monday it came out of the gate and we started making new lows, it's a signal for puts. Now, here come the next day. We consolidated some through after hours and pre-market. Tried to run up to retest this structure here. And guess what? We made new lows. When we started making new lows, it's a signal for puts. It's a good little thing to trend to use that makes you be patient and wait on a trade, especially when it's starting to trend down some. Don't know how much we'll get. I'm maybe 602, maybe 600. 600 is my next biggest support level. So you put that on your map, on your chart, on your map. Put it on your chart. Yeah, some people use that mic. Hello, Claudine. How are you? Tony, Vincent, Victor, Max. Thanks everybody for coming in for a minute. So I just had a few minutes. I wanted to show you. We could come this level here, 604.20 was pretty good consolidation today. and it was morning market structure. So we could back test this. I would, I've already made me a mark at 602.11, so you can call it 602, whatever you want to call it. The low of today. Now, if we start making a new low tomorrow, if you don't want to day trade this crap, don't trade it. Wait for new lows to be made when we're trending down. Wait for your new lows. Get under VWAP, under your morning structure like we've been teaching you. Wait for new lows to start coming and watch your MACD flush with it. And from there, you got to decide what's take profit, what's not. And even if you just took the first move today that I gave from 604 hell, that was the whole point. That was the whole point. 3-4 contracts on that. That paid big, paid for you the whole day. Do you think the red day was due to waiting on inflation data? Might be choppy with data coming out. Man, I feel like an idiot. Reading charts. Tell the mom, man, don't feel like an idiot. You just got to spend time on it, man. Yeah, Mike, if you can make that work for you, that's great, man. A lot of people use EMA crossings for signals, and it works great. A lot of people use the 13 and the 48 when they cross. It's just what you get, what you decide your trading strategy is. Yeah, Telemon, if I'm saying that right, you just got to spend more time, man. Michelle, thank you, Seasoned. Michelle, do you think it was from inflation data? I don't know if it's from inflation data. I just, like I've been saying the past several nights, when you go to the daily and look at the RSI, you see that we got overcooked. And the last time we got any higher than that was back in July, I think is what we said. Yeah. See it come up to 81. Over 70 is overbought. So it usually, when you usually get to 70, you're going to get a pullback. Now, it can keep going, but it was ready for a pullback. Now we got to decide where we're going to pull back to. Last time this pulled back, the RSI come down to the 50s, 52. We get some chop with it, we can. I'm watching this 600 level, my broken dot here. You guys need to mark that on your chart. See, it's kind of the top of this move. Top of this green. You can bring it on up a little bit, I guess. Yeah. 600 down to 598. There's your support levels under us. I would be more willing to look at taking some risk here down to 597.50, somewhere in that neighborhood, for going longer into calls for like a week, couple weeks out or something. Yeah, you're welcome, Lakula. Appreciate you guys. Okay. So, guys, like I said, I just had a few minutes tonight. I wanted to go over the levels and why I had the break at 604 today. Really, tomorrow, your break, you need to be watching 602. 602.30 to 602. If it starts flushing under it and you got like a 15 or 30 minute MACD pushing these down signals on you, just catch the momentum on the break of the previous day low. So tomorrow we're going to be looking at today's previous day low, 602 area. So we start breaking it, you can about bank on 600, which is a great 2-point move. Okay. Yeah, I saw that too, Vincent. On the 1 hour, we were coming up to the 200 EMA, and it has sort of respected it. We've flushed under it a few times, so we'll see how it interacts with it. I just moved my line. Put this down around 600. So on this 1 hour, we're right at the 200, which, it could be a good bounce. Somebody asked about calls. SPY calls, 615 strike call. Pretty far out of the money now, man. How far down are you at Eardom? If you're how long have you had them? And there's still time on them, but if it's starting to get too far away from you, don't watch them bleed. They bleed off on you real bad. Down 1,000. With the percentage you're down on your play. Something that you're gonna try to hold for a month, about 25%. When you bought 615s, those still had to be. Even if you bought them when we were at the highs of 609, and you bought 615s, that's pretty far out of the money. How many contracts do you have, buddy? I know it's painful to watch. Yeah. You're probably taking too many contracts, and you're going too far out of them. Yeah, you said 20 contracts. Were they really cheap when you bought them? You don't need to buy way out of the money like that, brother. If you're buying way out of the money, or if you're buying out that far out in expiration, you need to really keep it closer to in the money or in the money to keep the volatility down. All right. So if you're going like, let's okay, let's go to, what'd you say, man? December what? December 27th. December 27th calls. So right here, 17 days out, and you bought 615s. Want to see it in a chart. On a 5-minute chart at least. Yeah, man, I don't know. That's pretty far out of the money. I ain't saying it can't come back, but it's, they're bleeding hard right now. If you're trying to hold them, I would say 600 is kind of my line in the sand. If we start breaking 600, it's, they're going to be worthless. if I was going to buy if I was going to buy one out that far right now, I would possibly, maybe the 605s would be about as far out as I would go. I would want to stay closer to in the money. It takes some volatility out of it for you. My average cost was $1,900. Then I averaged down today. Now I have $1,400 average. Yeah, the problem is, Iram, why, what time today did you average down? Like when did you make those purchases? Like middle of the day or beginning of the day? What? Like if you're going to add on a red day, okay, at 2 p.m. So if we go back to our chart and look, smaller time frame. So if you added these at 2, on a, you were adding as we were breaking down, brother. Yeah. You like if you're going to add today, you should have been adding down here where you could brought your average down way more. Like you were adding calls as we were going down. And it was hard, more momentum down. So, I mean, I get you want to get your average down, but at a certain point, you're just kissing the money goodbye. The smarter thing would have been to, you could have maybe added a couple contracts down here towards the bottom. But you should have played puts today to hedge that. So you could have been making your money back up using puts that you were losing on those calls. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So anytime, yeah, I held on to my 607 call for the 16th. Okay, Victor. That's not too far out of the money. So, I don't know the whole position that you're in, but that's probably not too bad. And Iram, don't take that wrong, man. I'm not fussing at you or degrading you in any way. I'm just trying to help you. So if you bought those at 2:00, that's right when we started flushing down hard. See, if you would have waited for this flush as we were breaking, because this MACD was telling you downwards, you could have brought your average down another several percentage points, way down. And really, you could have played puts for this week and made all that money that you're losing on the calls. You could have made it back on puts and still held your calls. You know what I mean? So hopefully that helps you, man. Feel free to reach out to me, Iram, on the Discord if I can help you anyway, man, okay? Guys, that's it for me today. I got to go. Make it a quick one tonight. So watch this level here, 602.30. We come down here, consolidate tomorrow, and it looks like we're going to pop up. And we just come up here and test this 604.20, and we can't get over it. It's telling you something, guys. This is just a retest of highs, and we're coming on down, So watch these levels that we had today and the new lows we made. Wait for these new lows to break, and then mark your structure like I've been showing you each night, okay? First 3 5-minute candles, top and the bottom, make a mark. That's your morning structure. Then we're playing off of it. You're very welcome, Iram. Very welcome. All right, guys. Have a good night. Holler at me in the Discord if I can help.